Alright, we should be live now, guys. Sorry about the wait, and I'm just fixing something really quick. Okay, we should be good now. Alright. So, sorry for the delayed start, but welcome, guys, to the third round of the MotoOption Supercross series presented by Race Tech Suspension. Live in the booth, we've got myself, Chris Riesenberg, and we do have a special guest. Motoagogo is actually in the booth as well. How's it going, guys?
What's
Doing
up, buddy?
well.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yep, absolutely. Guys, just let me know how audio and video looks.
User left your channel.
I think Kellen just left the channel. This is 450 heat number 1, by the way, guys. Like I said, I got to a late start, so once again, I do apologize for that. But Luke Heberlein, he actually did not get to race last week, and he is leading this thing right now. So glad to see him back out front like this. And then you got Dennis Fjellberg. He said that he was going to be done with RF, but another week in the books for him. And then we got Hunter Root, the champion, the defending champion and current points leader in third right now. And the last transfer spot is actually Byron Downen, the RV replica. All right, we're getting all good in chat. That is good to hear.
Got number 1, 2, and 3 in second through fourth right now. But the Gravedigger leading the way. We're already on lap 3 of this 6-lap affair.
I was just talking
battle
about
for second.
Fieldberg a second ago. I think the whole thing with him talking about not showing up again was kind of like his, his mentality after what happened. Apparently his controller disconnected during the main last week, and then he asked for a quick timeout before they got things started. Of course, talking in stream chat is not going to be the same as talking in chat of racing, and then he just called it out like he wasn't going to come back and yada yada. But everybody's had that moment in racing before. But yeah, I took it as I think he was just being a little bit offhanded and just joking around about it. But I'm glad to see him back. I do agree with that.
Fjellberg, Matt, I don't think there's anything solid joking, but I think you got to change your heart.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
a good way to put it.
Yeah, because he did message me on Facebook personally after the racing. And it looked like he was pretty, I won't say upset, but almost irritated.
Semi-salty? Little salty?
Yeah, a little bit irritated just because, I mean, he's been around a while and whatnot, but I know Wheels has cracked down on that this year. He kind of just wants things to run as smoothly as possible, take as little breaks as possible, so I understand where Wheels is coming from with that. And I don't even think Dennis talked to Wheels personally, so it is what it is. That's behind us now, so I'm just glad to see Dennis still out there. And it looks like Hunter Root's actually stuck in the bales after the whoops, so he's going to be off the bike for a little while.
Tyson was in 5th and it just went down. Now Dupuis goes down in 5th.
Heberlein down out front as well.
And I believe
Here
this is
comes
Kyle
Byron.
Robb. Kyle Robb's in this little pack here. I believe this is his first pro night. I don't think he's shown up for pro night yet this year, so glad to see him out here. He won the 250 East Coast Championship last year. It's pretty crazy. We've got so many champions in the 450 class, whether it be for the 250 class or the 450 class. I just find that pretty insane.
Yeah, racing this year in sim is just as stacked as it is in real life. That is agreed with completely.
Yeah,
We have
absolutely.
a new leader out front, and
Yeah,
it's a three-way battle for the lead.
Yeah, I just
Byron
got back
Downen
up front here.
has it. The Gravedigger running in second, and Fjellberg now sitting in third. Root a ways back in fourth. Has a 4-second gap over Jack Haley for that last transfer spot right now. Fight the race right here, and these guys are going to be getting a white flag next time coming around. Ooh, the Gravedigger is off the track. He stays on the bike, though. He's going to be able to get back on here safely.
Alright.
Down and continuing to lead. Fjellberg moved up into that 2 spot.
A lot of these guys are switching things up. It looks like the top guys are still going inside after the finish line. But I know there's a lot of people who feel uncomfortable with that line, so A lot of people going outside as well. I'm kind of excited to see how those lines shape up, actually, once we get to the main events and whatnot.
Also, a variety of lines down that first rhythm, even between these top three. As Downey makes a mistake, he's going to lose the lead and lose second place, it appears.
Yep.
That as well. Haley went down one spot outside and took out Tyson with him.
Oh, Downey tries to make a move, makes a mistake, gets back on track. He's going to have Root jumping up his inside now. Might get interesting coming down to the corner.
No love lost between these two, that is for sure.
They love to hate each other. And looks like the Gravedigger's actually on the ground, going to give up a spot to these guys, but Tyson's way behind. I don't think he's going to be able to capitalize on that.
So Dennis Fjellberg.
Yeah, surprising mistake.
Dennis Fjellberg, the struggles last week do not continue as he wins the first heat of the night. And then you got defending champion and current points leader Hunter Root taking second in the heat. Byron Down in third, and Luke Heberlein taking the last transfer spot through this heat. Guys like Tyson Fresquez, Jack Haley, Tyler Crane, Tyler Schmidt, Kyle Robb, James Armstrong, Cody Penwell, Casey Olaird's in here, Zach Dupuis, Brandon Berg, Carson Tickle, William St. Laurent, D. Mills, Mike Strelo, Dominic Tiberino actually didn't go off the gate. They're all headed to the semis now. We do have one more 450 heat to go, though, so semis aren't filled up just yet.
We'll let the last few guys finish up. We'll check our cuts, make sure that there's nothing crazy changed up here. And we'll be on to another heat race, another 6 laps, top 4 to the main. The 450 heat race number 2, and making it in and out of these heat races certainly will make your night a lot less stressful, that's for sure. It's tough to make these 450 main events this year. Getting it out of the way early is certainly nice, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I know in real life, a lot of the pros actually like going through the semi just so they get a little bit more track time. But in this game, I don't think that's the case, honestly. The quicker you get to the main event, the less nervous you get. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like these guys don't get enough track time throughout the week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks
All
like
right.
the top 4 stay the same. And,
no. Oh wait. Yeah. Just kidding. My bad.
Yeah, transfers stay the same, but everything else a little bit jumbled here or there, but nothing, anything outside top 4 does not matter.
Yep, absolutely. And then we'll be getting 450 Heat 2 on the gate just after this reload.
Sure, we'll see another batch of fast guys coming on up.
As it'll probably take me like 6 years to load in.
Got a couple of fast guys in here. Smith, Leclerc, Shipley, Burkeen. A lot of good guys in here.
Don't forget about Kellen Brower.
Santos actually had the lead every single lap of earlier's EMF race and then lost it final lap because of lappers and ended up third. So I'm really intrigued to see how he does today on RF.
The gate is down and they're off. Down to the first turn they go. Brower, Leclerc, and Ryan Mahan side by side with Leclerc. They both go down. They take Brower with them. And Matt Burkeen leads the way now. Jeremy Smith runs in second. Brady Ginter and Jack Fowler are third and fourth right now early.
All right.
Toby Stocks in the mix. Burkeen leads the way into the first triple jump. He goes. Pulling the front flip. That's his trademark.
All right.
Burkeen leading the race, front flipping it over the triple.
Just because. And of course, Smith right there behind him. Ginter, Stocks, McLeod, and Stanley. Oh, Stanley holding up Santos, which, as I said earlier, was really good in RF, or EMF, sorry, earlier today.
Stanley got to run up the inside, going to tuck in behind him now.
Ooh,
those guys are outside transfers. Also,
right.
Ben McLeod in this thing. He's running in fifth right now. Remember, he was fast qualifier last week. Didn't even make the main event.
Yep.
He was fast again this week. Let's see if he can race his way into the main event.
Third fastest this week, so
Yeah, still right there with those top guys, and see if he can actually race his way in this time.
One
Maybe no
person-
from hot lapping.
One person just outside the bubble right now, Ryan Mahan, sitting in 6th. Definitely one guy to watch out for, and I expect him to come close to this top 4. Not sure if he's going to make it in, but definitely one I would not rule out.
Definitely a one would say title contender this year. He's had a little bit of bad luck the first 2 rounds, so let's see if he can't just put the pass behind him and run up front tonight.
Keep an eye on 3rd place Brady Ginter, Magic Manning down that rhythm. Looks like he's having some internet issues and he's got pressure.
Absolutely.
And he is
Toby
completely
Stocks
disappeared at the moment.
Toby Stocks and Ben McLeod are battling right behind this, so that's probably going to be sketching them out just a little bit.
Cloud moves into the final transfer temporarily. Stocks kind of checked up going into that corner, not sure what. He didn't really want to race him into the turn, I guess.
This is exactly what Mahan wants right now. He could actually see McLeod and Stocks right ahead of him, so definitely going to be the guy to knock on the door if they keep battling.
Oh, look at Ginter and McLeod both doing different rhythms through that. McLeod actually getting the spot, and then Stocks is actually getting another spot, so that's going to move Brady Ginter outside of a transfer. And as I say that,
Stocks rode straight into the bales.
Yeah, Ginter had a nice run through that whoop section, and Stocks just kind of like gave up or something.
So now Ginter holds 4th, and he's got Ryan Mahan behind him.
All
there
over
it
him.
goes.
There it is. Mahan getting the spot. Ginter messed the rhythm up. Ginter squares him up.
Mahan, big mistake
Not enough.
in the berm, though.
Wow.
Mahan stayed up. It still goes down a little bit. Here comes Stocks.
All right, so Stocks is actually Mahan, has the final transfer, but Stocks is right there with him. You got Brady Stanley back here. Ginter got up. Leclerc is back here outside of a transfer. Peter Lyke, Andrew Wood, Andre Santos, Jeremy Shipley's outside of a transfer spot. Craig Richards, Dominic Saulnier, Kellen Brower's way back in the pack in this heat race.
It's like we were saying earlier, with such a stacked lineup, that only top 4 in this heat is going to be big deal just to make it through. But, of course, they got a semi and an LCQ coming up.
Clean race out front right now for Burkeen and Smith. They've been kind of nose to tail
As
this
you
whole
say
thing.
that, Burkeen almost goes over the bars and the whoops that you actually have to jump through. I haven't seen Burkeen throw that big of a whip since MX vs. ATV Reflex days, honestly. But Jeremy Smith.
Oh, good battle. It's Stanley and Ginter. Ginter, cutting across, goes into him, goes down, though.
That Aussie leg from Stanley may have helped.
Or Ginter's Magic Manning might have helped too, who knows.
True. Leclerc just out of position right now. Still good to see him back again. Took a break for a while, and it's just back to his usual form from what I've seen in the past.
Burkeen looks like he's pushing it out front right now with Smith right behind him. These guys are laying it down. They're going to be actually coming into some lappers here and only a 6-lap heat race.
Magic Man in chat, I see that being brought up. That is whenever somebody's lagging, we see them blinking all over the track or floating over jumps or anything of lag in it.
Now you see me? Now you don't.
Magic Man. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're breaking up.
Here they come into the long rhythm and the white flag's out.
Let's see what these
Burkeen
guys
leads.
do. Burkeen's actually jumping over that second table.
And
Smith
line is a little
quadded
faster.
out.
3 lappers right in front of these guys going into the
Kellen
whoops.
Brower is one of those lappers as well.
1 down, 2 down, all 3 down, and they go by
Wow.
clean.
This battle for the lead, though.
Smith is all over the back of Burkeen.
Oh,
And
no,
Burkeen
front
front flips. He just doesn't
Still-
care. He's
still
having a
keeps
good time.
faster line with the front flip, even though he scrubbed the hell out of it behind him. He didn't get any track or any gain on him whatsoever with the front flip.
Richards moves over, lets these guys by. Smith's got a little bit of a run, but then clips that last whoop.
Ooh, barely
He's gonna
gets
have
over
an
the
inside
triple.
here.
No, he's just gonna play it safe.
Birkin goes for another flip.
fronty. He got
And
it.
Smith goes for
Smith
the kill.
gets him. Oh, and he's down. All right, so Jeremy Smith with the Heat 2 victory.
What an ending.
Matt Burkeen with second. He led the entire heat. But Smith dove to the inside in the last corner. Ben McLeod finishing third. And Ryan Mahan with the final transfer spot from this second 450 heat.
That's the most gentle and friendly stuff into the tough blocks I've ever seen.
Nice little love tap, that's all it
Yeah,
was.
just gentle, no big deal. Like, hey, good job, you front flip. I'm gonna take this lead though, it's all right.
All right, so Brady Stanley, Jeremy Shipley, Alexis Leclerc, Peter Leicht, Brady Ginter, Brock Hardy, Andre Santos, Craig Richards, Kellen Brower, Samuel Bergeron, Dominic Saulnier, Jack Fowler, Reed Young, Andrew Wood, Toby Stocks, Rage Quit. All of those guys going to the semis. So I'm kind of excited to see how these semis play out because normally you get one semi that's pretty stacked and then you get the other one that's not so stacked. So I always look forward to seeing those, seeing the semi lineups. All right, with cuts coming in, it looks like everything stays the same, at least with the transfer spots. So
Good racing in the front of that heat, though. I mean, Smith
absolutely.
and Burkeen looking very consistent. I mean, Burkeen even looking consistent front flipping the triples. The front flip scrub, ladies and gentlemen. He had the crowd flipping out, if you know what I mean.
I was wondering when your pun game was gonna start coming in.
It'd probably be a little weak tonight. I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I'm dealing with quite a sinus infection, and the energy level's maybe not quite as high.
Here we go. Heat 1 of 250 is about to get started, though.
I'll try to compensate for your lack thereof, Chris.
Yeah, we need to get some pun game going.
I'm in a very good mood tonight, so.
Hinners is feeling feisty. Curious to see how the smaller bikes are going to take on this track. Jeremy Siebold, your red plate holder, I believe, is in this heat.
Don't worry, guys. I'm just loading in like a turtle. I
There's
might
an
miss
open
the gate
gate
drop.
beside him, actually. I'm wondering if
I
somebody
actually
failed
made
to load in.
All right, here we go. I'm actually going to go on board with the
Looks like Wilcox with
red
the
plate
jump.
holder. Yeah, Thomas Wilcox.
Nails
we
out
go.
the start. Nice clean
One
start
of
from
my
him.
former
Lerma.
teammates, actually.
I think it's Lerma and Wells. Neil Wells and Lerma get together,
no.
actually.
That's actually going to take
taking
down
out
the
Wilcox.
entire front
Yeah, I
of
was
the
gonna say
pack.
Spencer Turley as well, part of that pileup.
Hunter Deesher and Jeremy Siebold are the only two that got out of that clean.
Yeah,
And-
Dasher actually got a really good jump out of that. Seabolt as well, of course.
Yeah, Siebold actually overtakes Hunter fairly quick in the whoops, and your red plate holder showing why he's the red plate holder.
Deesher using that inside line before that long rhythm. We didn't see too much of that in the 450 class. Maybe we'll see a little more in the 250s. Bryce Whelan
There's
sits in
carnage
third.
in this rhythm section.
And we got another Ginter, this time Zach Ginter, running up, and he
Oh,
puts down Whelan and almost
cleans
takes
him.
himself out.
Only
here
able to
comes
double the
Morin.
triple.
Warren's
Morin down though.
And that's going to cause a bunch of others to go
Tyler
down.
Lewis went down with him.
Taylor Bell's the only
Polyak
one that
is
gets
going to run into the back of a couple of guys on the triple.
canarded.
Oh
There
man,
is so
full on
much
chaos
action.
right now.
Siebold is just absolutely gone already. No one's going to catch him, I don't think. He is on a tear. He did win last week, correct? I believe Siebold and Hunter Root are both undefeated this year in their respective classes, so...
I think you're correct, but my memory is not that good. Sim is not life for me, unfortunately.
I'm glad to see Seabolt's PC issues running a lot better. I helped him out quite a bit for getting his PC back going, and then we ended up having to do a complete wipe of his computer and restart all the way from scratch. And working a lot better now, but he was having some blue screen of death out of nowhere, but glad to see him back out front.
Great ride in second by Hunter Deisher. Hunter was riding AM class just during the fan series, right?
Yeah, Dasher was. Yeah, definitely. He was running it in FemX, running top 3, top 5, I think every round. So definitely good to see him out in pro now.
And then Zach Ginter trying to hold it down for the Ginter Bros. His brother we saw early in that heat, Magic Manning his way in the 450 heat out of a qualifying spot. But Zach's sitting solid in third right now. And then Bryce Wheelan sitting in fourth. And I'm going through the pack here. Brock Pearson in fifth. Brock Pappy returning to racing this week after his 1 week suspension, sits in sixth. And Stefan Guido runs in seventh. Neil Wells, who's involved in a lot of that first lap chaos, settles into eighth right now. And the battle for ninth is heating up. Holiak all over Anthony Jefferson.
Oh,
This is for the
Holiak
final
catches him
transfer.
And
And
Dasher
Holiak is
gets
down.
moved back too as well.
Your
Dasher
whole
now in third.
too. Thomas Wilcox ended up with the whole shot in this one and ended up going down at the end of the first rhythm section, and he's actually outside of a transfer spot. I believe he's sitting in no, not 11th, maybe 12th. Yep. So he's outside of a transfer spot. That's got to be frustrating for him, but he is capable of making some moves and getting up into ninth. I mean, ninth is right there. Anthony Jefferson, he's just going over the triple now, so...
Yeah, I would expect if they can stay away from causing each other problems, Holiak and Wilcox, two of the faster guys in this class, they should be able to freight train up into a transfer spot, as they are running 12 and 13 right now, putting the pressure on Spencer Turley and Zach Lerma. Into the rhythm they go. Let's see if Wilcox going to elect to triple over again, and then go 3-2 out, making some time on these guys.
Oh, he has to check up just a little bit so he doesn't run into Turley.
Oh, there's a freight train of them down the whoops right now. Holiak actually has a run on Wilcox up the inside.
No, he's going to be clean
Leaves
with them.
him room. Nice thing about these bigger berms, you can leave guys room without.
Oh, and
otherwise you can
Holiak
take them
throws
over
it
that thing.
completely dirty over that triple.
Oh, Dasher, big mistake, and again a mistake trying to get going, but he also
Turley
tangles
gets
with
landed
Poppy.
on.
Wilcox
takes out
just
Holiak.
barely squeaking through that. As he jumps through the rhythm, or the whoop section.
The pressure right now is all on Anthony Jefferson in ninth, as he has Lerma and Wilcox all over him. That's closing them up on the 8th place position, and Neil Wells as well.
Diebold just taking just any time he needs out front, just making a leisurely stroll to the track, no problem at all.
He's got a 2-section lead at least, so might as
Lots
well.
of mistakes down the rhythm. Looks like Stefan Guido's crashed himself out of a transfer spot. That's going to open the door.
Great battle for
Lerma.
second though. Whelan and and Ginter, good battle.
I'm trying to stay on this battle for the last transfer
Lerma
spot.
he almost gets landed on. That's going to put Wilcox into
And
a
Wilcox is
transfer.
going to get a 2-fer right there, actually.
Looks like another rider coming through. That's the 146 of Guido. Gets himself back into a transfer. And there's a huge pile up after the whoops. Lots of guys going down. An unsafe
Deicher's
track
down
entry from
again.
Brock Pappy. Takes down Lerma.
Oh,
He just came off a ban. and
Deicher
now
was
looks like
in second early on, and now he's fighting for a transfer spot.
this yard sale in the corner though.
So much chaos back here. Oh my god.
So many people fighting tonight. Good to
Brock
see.
Pappy's
After
back
EMF
here, too.
earlier today, it was good battling, and I was glad, absolutely glad to see it tonight. Oh,
Deicher up the inside. Holiak jumps over him. Holy cow, the battle for this
Oh,
last
and
transfer is
Deicher's down
insane.
again. That's devastating for him. Great start, was running second, and now he's way outside of a transfer. And then he goes down again with Turley after getting up. Very, very, very unfortunate for him. And down again. Oh, man. All right. Actually, this heat actually finished up. So, Jeremy Siebold, your current points leader, taking the win here in 250 heat number 1. Brock Pearson with a second. Zach Ginter third. Bryce Wheelan fourth. Thomas Wilcox works his way all the way up into fifth. Sixth is Taylor Bell. Seventh, Connor Holiak. Eighth is Brock Pappy. Neil Wells getting the final transfer spot here in 250 heat number 1. Zach Lerma, Anthony Jefferson, Stefan Guido Cameron Hill, Spencer Turley, Hunter Deesher, Justin Karen, Ryan Wilson, Riley Moran, Tyler Lewis, all going to the 250 LCQ. Remember, the 250 class is not set up like the 450s. You only get 2 chances in the 250 class to make it to the main event. The 450 class has 3 chances. So all these guys going to the LCQ. Make sure nothing in the top 9 changed. Ooh, actually, Holiak inherits 6th from Taylor Bell. Or wait. No, Taylor Bell inherits 6th from... I don't even know. That's just too messy. Did you guys die or what?
No, we're
No,
alive.
we're still here. We're letting you go. You're doing a good job on keeping us up with everything at the end. I was just letting you do your thing.
I thought you guys died. Jeez.
I told you I was feeling a little under the weather. I'm trying to save my voice for the main events, man.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
Or
enough.
at least the LCQs.
Yep, and then I'm just sitting here. You were doing a good job on talking about what's going on through LCQ, and I was like, yeah, I'll just let him do his thing. Go for it.
Let me know when you guys load in so I know how much time.
I'm already in.
Oh,
We're going to see
sick.
a face-off here between Dade Honeywell and Matt Cromie, the EMF and the RF champs, in this heat race together. That'll be exciting to see.
Also, Rush Chapman and Cromie, as you just said, yeah, and Robin. Many people every week always ask if that's the
like-
real Jeremy Robin. It is.
Looks like Zoa Cross with the early lead. Gets a nice clean start, but he's going to get quadded over by Riley Goodfellow. So Goodfellow on the 377 taking the lead. Cross run second, Gustavo Deniz and third, Caleb Stillman and Clay Alfrey, Rush Chapman, David Wright. A lot cleaner start in this race. You know, the one name I didn't say, your number 1, where in the heck is he? Did I miss him? Where's
He is
Dade?
pretty buried in the pack, it looks like.
There he is in the 11th spot.
On top of being buried in the pack, Zoa Cross just went from a second place
Oh,
to
there's a
now
pileup
back
at the end of this
to
rhythm.
7th. Yep.
Your whole shot guy across is one of those guys down. Oh, another guy down in the whoops takes Honeywell out. That would be Blake Scheinman that's laying on the ground. And Honeywell's stuck on top
And
of
then
him
he
or stuck
falls
inside
off
his
the
bike.
Dade has just had the worst luck this year, it seems like.
And Cromie's way
Including
back,
bad
but
luck,
there's
Zoa
4 guys
Cross.
down in the corner that these guys are all going to get around.
Yeah, including bad luck. Zoa Cross getting tossed
Honeywell's
over the corner
down again and stuck behind these guys. The number 1 plate curse is happening for Dade Honeywell. Out front, Riley Goodfellow, 5-second lead.
Not gonna lie though, that number 1 looks real good on that Fox gear.
Yeah, oh yeah, it looks sweet. Riley Goodfellow, wow. Running the team name Pick Me Up, meaning he probably doesn't have a team, and he's showing why he should be on someone's team, I guess. Rush Chapman, solid in second.
Donovan, great passing to that corner. Got about 5 for 1.
Looking through here for a battle, looks like Brandon Hedge and Donovan battling for 6th and
Hedge
7th
is
as
gonna
Donovan makes a
jump
mistake.
Past him. Oh, and then he makes a little mistake, so that's gonna
Here
give
comes Cromie.
the inside, and then Donovan and Hedge actually get together at the end of the rhythm.
Oh,
Along
you
with
probably didn't
August
see that.
Sanders.
Cromie actually just blitzed that jumping set of whoops.
Yeah, no, I did not see that.
First time I've really seen that this week. August Sanders getting used to the 250. Hates the bike. Loves the 450, but doing okay on it. He did okay on it last week, so good to see the 42 of August Sanders on the track. The Colonel.
The Colonel.
Looks like we're going to have another fierce battle for that last transfer spot right now. David Wright, Team Mad Cape holds it. Brandon Hedge, Caleb Stillman, Blake Scheinman are all coming for it.
You said David Wright has the last transfer?
Ooh, there's a huge pile up now, but it's, yeah, David Wright is in 9th.
Yeah, sadly, my buddy, I just realized Caleb Steelman out there not having a good ride. Formerly part of
Wright's
BM
down.
Racing. Oh, again, down.
Sorry to interrupt, but there goes Brandon Hedge into ninth as he navigates around him in the whoops, and Scheinman is all over him. If Scheinman would actually sit down in the corners, he might be able to get that last transfer. But we all know that ain't going to happen.
We actually have a change for the lead. Rush Chapman overtakes first from Riley Goodfellow. Not sure if Goodfellow went down, but Rush Chapman now the race leader.
Oh, I was watching Scheinman. He just absolutely yard sales himself. And Honeywell is all the way up to 12th at the moment, trying to get up to a transfer. Trying to avoid that LCQ, and trying to avoid the last time he was in this building of Anaheim was round number 1, his first round with the number 1 plate, and he did not qualify. He's up to 10th now as he passed 2 guys, Denise and Hedge, as they went down over the triple.
Actually, let's be honest, we haven't left this building all year long.
Thanks, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
So David Wright has the spot, but he better go because Honeywell's not going to want to be in that LCQ. And he didn't earn that number 1 plate for nothing, and he's about to take 9th right now.
Yeah, David Wright was down outside of the track, so easy pass.
There's
for Dave
literally
Honeywell.
no one in front of Honeywell for a long time. He's a 14-second gap up to 8th.
About 2 seconds.
Right down, though. Here comes Robin.
2 of the longest sections, actually.
Oh, Robin gets pushed over the berm.
There's a great battle going on right now for 4th and 5th. Clement Lana, EMC Concept Graph, all over Devin Ryan, Team Tiger Designs. Lana, and they're going to run both the same rhythm down that section. Looks like they're going to pass up Clay Alfrey, who was down on the
Devin
ground.
Ryan actually goes down, so Clement Lana actually inheriting 2 spots.
Sanders is down, and he's got a good gap though,
Goodfellow's
over
off
10.
the side of the track. He went over the berm. He's trying to get back on, so Lana... Nope, just kidding, actually.
Trying to keep up with everything that's going on. Lana went from 5th to 3rd that lap, and man, I don't know if you have those bikes. Those things look sweet.
Yep, I do have them.
The blue wheels, sick setup. Props to the EMC Concept Graph team. They're looking sick.
Are they running CD boots?
I can't really tell what the boots are. I think it's shot gear, I believe.
I think they are running CD boots.
Oh, first
so.
they're running first gear and CD boots. But the bike is, man, those blue wheels and the white on this seat. I want to get me some of that. Chromie and Devin Ryan now battling for 5th and 6th into the long rhythm. Honeywell's up to 8th. Sanders is in 9th and down, but he has a 18-second lead over Liam Mulhall, who's hitting in 10th. The white flag is out. As Chapman tries the front flip on the triple and dies, comes up short. He's going to lose.
No, he shouldn't lose this position.
No, he's good.
All right, so
Chapman
Rush
trying
Chapman.
to be a Birkin, but not quite pulling it
The
off.
under flip 360 thing over the finish was pretty cool.
Whoa. He almost went launching into the other section of the track when there's still a race going on. That wouldn't have been good.
So Rush Chapman taking the 250 heat number 2 victory with Riley Goodfellow taking 2nd, Clement Lana 3rd, Clay Alfrey is going to be finishing in 4th, I believe. Yep. Devin Ryan 5th, Chase Donovan 6th, Matt Cromie going to cross the line in 7th. Dade Honeywell, falls in the last corner, but he should finish 8th. All right, there we go. And August Sanders, the Colonel, finishing 9th, getting in the last transfer spot straight to the main event. Liam Mulhall, David Wright, Blake Scheinman, Zoe Cross, Gustavo Diniz, Brandon Hedge, Fernando Andrade, Caleb Stillman, Jacob LaRoche, Jeremy Patterson, Jerry Robin, all going to the LCQ. So we are all set with the 250 LCQ. We have 4 more spots to fill for the main event. So 4 riders going to be coming out of that 250 LCQ. But we're going to be going back to the 450 action. We're going to get 450 semi number 1 underway here in just a minute. Like I said, I'm really excited to see how these semis line up, because I believe it's the odd positions are in 1 and the even positions are in 2. Is that how they do it?
Yeah, and the even one typically is a little bit easier because you get both fifth place guys go to semi number one, where you have both sixth place guys in number two, and then you have both eighth place guys in number two and both seventh. So you're basically always pulling one spot forward for semi number one. So it typically is a little bit tougher semi. And also the semis, it really, in my opinion, it allows the best guys to shine because there's less riders on the track. So it's not a completely full gate when you get into the semis, and there's not as much of a pack to work through and stuff. So we should be able to see the good guys should be able to get up front and do get work done. But if you get in that stacked semi, it gets difficult.
Alright, let's see if anything changed. Alright, so Chase Donovan actually finishes 5th. Devin Ryan 6th due to cuts. And that looks like the only change. Absolutely, that's the only change in the entire race. So just waiting on Wheels to post the 450 semi lineups, and then we'll get the semis underway here.
I'm interested to see as the main events come around. So far, at the 450s especially, there's a lot of different line choice going on. And I'm wondering if that's going to stay come main event time, or if guys are kind of learning throughout the night and are going to end up following into the same ones.
Alright, so I actually did not get a look at the semis, but I did load in very, very quick. So we will be able to go through the lineup here. So we got Brandon Berg, Carson Tickle, Tyler Schmidt, Jack Fowler, William St. Laurent, Craig Richards, Brock Hardy, Dominic Tiberinos here, Chase Blakely, Jack Haley, Samuel Bergeron, Jeremy Shipley, James Armstrong, Peter Like, Race Carlin, Toby Stocks, all in 450 semi number 1.
Interesting gate choice for the general. Race Carlin all the way on that far inside gate. Just hoping everything pushes wide, I guess. Going to try to sneak around the inside here.
Dominic Tiberino, he did not race his heat race. Actually gets the whole shot, and he's just barely squeaks out of that quad there.
Tiberino was a surprise to me at A1. Ran up in the top 5 of that 450 main as he takes off. Jack Haley runs in the 2 spot. Brandon Berg, Tyler Schmidt. Looks like the general Race Carlin sneaks his way up into 4th. He goes that inside line after the triple.
A very interesting line. Shipley's right behind him. Let's see which line is faster. It does look like Shipley. I don't know. Carlin may have.
It works out really good for that next corner because you don't have to land into the berm. So it's a lot smoother, that's for sure. And it's nice to protect that line early in the race, not worry about someone falling in the berm in front of you. Tiberino looking good out front. Haley almost jumps into the side of him, and it takes over the lead over that table.
Oh, but he does have the outside. Oh, and Tiberino actually slides out as he lands on that.
Collects Shipley slightly, doesn't put him on the ground. Allows Schmidt to get inside on Carlin.
Carlin jumping over and then step on, step off, and he's going to quad out. Tyler Schmidt messes the rhythm up, so he's actually going to lose a few spots. One of the spots
to his teammate Fro.
All right, so far, so clean for the most part. Again, this is the 450 class, so these guys are a little bit more experienced than the 250 guys.
It's the law firms of Tyler L. Schmidt running in 6th, trying to get up into a transfer spot.
So Fro is actually holding on to the last transfer spot right now. Remember, from the semis, the top 5 go to the main event.
Looking for an opening, gets
down.
Collected with his teammate. That allows William St. Laurent to go by into the number 5 spot. These guys got some work to do now. Peter Light coming in there, also running in the 8th spot. Almost gets into the side of Tyler L. Schmidt. Was that Fro that went down and took his teammate with him? It was. Now Chase Blakely goes through as it took Like out as well. Chaos everywhere. Meanwhile, Jeremy Shipley is taking the lead. The general Race Carlin runs up into 2nd, Berg 3rd. Laurent and Haley now battling for 4th and 5th, so Haley must have had a fall off as he dives to the inside. We'll see how those rhythms work out here. Haley gonna clip the table a little bit. Looks about even.
Oh, Haley actually electing to not triple after the whoops.
Blakely takes it.
He actually did triple and cased it, and he fell off the bike, so...
User disconnected from your channel.
And we lost the Motoagogo. As we're watching this last transfer spot still, Chase Blakely has it. St. Laurent about 5 seconds back. And they're on lap 4, so 2 laps to go in this one. Dipley's kind of taken off out in the lead. Left Carlin behind. Berg solid in the main. Jack Haley in 4th almost goes down, leaving the whoops. Got the swaps. And the pressure right
St.
now.
Laurent actually does go down at the end of the whoop section.
I was just going to say the pressure's on St. Laurent to make up time. Now it goes on to Tyler Schmidt and Peter Like as they need to try to make up some time here in a lap and a half to get into this main event.
Tyler Schmidt barely cased that triple, and Peter Like almost ran into the back of him in the berm.
Peter's driving it in hard on him.
Ooh, that's
Keeping
about
it
as
clean.
close as you can get without being dirty right there. Peter
The
Like's
fight
all
from
over
Peter
the
Like
place in
is
the
intense right now. The locomotive, be careful. Don't stand on the train tracks when the train's coming through. The Blakely got to keep it on 2 wheels here. He's got a good gap. And Schmidt and Like are battling amongst themselves. They need to quit battling and try to freight train to the front of the pack. Pun intended. As Like dives inside hard again on Schmidt.
Gets the spot for the time being. Oh, and Tyler Schmidt actually destroyed himself in the rhythm section.
Yeah, I mean, he got the spot, but it's not the spot that you want. He needs to just race forward and stop battling, which I guess he can do now that Schmidt is on the ground.
He needs to hope for a Chase Blakely crash, and actually Race Carlin's in 4th, so some mistakes from Race. But he's still in the safe zone.
Dipley takes the win. And looks like Brandon Berg going to get 2nd. Jack Haley, Famimex Race Tech rider, front flip into 3rd. Though General Race Carlin in 4th. And Chase Blakely going to go to the main.
Yeah, absolutely. All
Peter
right.
Light going to take his train onto the LCQ along with Craig Richards, Tyler L. Schmidt, William St. Laurent, Samuel Bergeron, Toby Stocks, Dominic Tiberino, a couple of heavy hitters there. James Armstrong, another fast guy. Brock the Party Hardy, Jack Fowler, Carson Moneybags Tickle, all going to be on that line for that LCQ.
All right. Nothing affects the transfer spot, so nothing affects any. Oh, just kidding. Jack Fowler actually inherits 14th from Brock the Party Hardy. He gets 15th, and then Carson Tickle, 16th place. All right, so 5 more guys into the 450 main event.
We got another semifinal coming up.
I believe that this one's going to be the stacked one.
I think it's actually the other way around. I think it's the odds go to semi too, by the way. I think I was a little off there.
Not that this semi was slow by any means, but I feel like there's a lot of big names that I didn't call. Ben McLeod's going to be in this one. Andrew Wood, Brady Ginter, Ryan Mahan, Jack Fowler, Craig. Oh, wait, whoa.
Yeah, there's some screw up here because they have Peter on the line again as well.
Yeah, we got
Blakely
and Leclerc's in here, Burkeen's in here, so we will be getting a restart. This is not semi number 2, guys. Not sure what.
I don't know. I typed
happened.
red flag for wheels, but here we go. Looks
All
like we're going to
right.
be loaded in now to Michael Wheeler. Top 5 go to the main, and only Wheels is on the line. Looks like he's got a guaranteed
and he's
transfer
still
spot.
not going to make the main.
All right, looks like we're going to get a redo. Was Fresca, Stanley, Crane, Leclerc, Rob, Ginter. Holy crap.
This is the more stacked semi, I would say.
And I'll give you a rundown as soon as I load in.
I'm
Here we
already
go.
loaded in, so we're all good to
Handle
go.
it.
All right.
Wood.
Andrew Wood, Brady Ginter, Casey Olert, Tyler Crane, Mike Strelo, myself, Reed Young, Andre Santos, Cody Penwell, Dominic Saulnier, Alexis Leclerc, Brady Stanley, Kyle Robb, Zach DePuy, Daniel Mills, Tyson Fresquez, and Kellen Brower, all in semi number 2. As I cannot
Fresquez
get my
with a
cameras
great
right.
start. Leclerc actually wheelied out of the gate right beside Fresquez. Fresquez pulls the whole shot. Ginter jumps into the back of him and goes down. Dupuis sneaks through, but a lot of guys
Yikes.
laying on the dirt.
That was
So
a
Fresquez,
big wreck.
Dupuis, Santos, Mike Strelo are your top 4. Kellen Brower runs in 5th in the final transfer spot right now
And
with Alexis
Right
Leclerc.
there.
Let's
T-Crane
watch
is here as
Leclerc.
well.
He's been known to not make Kellen very happy. Let's see if he dives inside on him early. He goes all the way inside on him.
Yep.
Try that opposite rhythm and see how it works out for him. Leclerc
All
actually going to
these
get
guys
passed by Crane.
All these guys are just trying to manage their way through the first
Leclerc's
couple laps.
down.
Yep, T-Crane actually, looks like Leclerc got into the back of T-Crane, so.
These guys, top 6 guys, looks like they're just trying to stay on 2 wheels right now and get this race going.
Oh, and
And
T-Crane
Crane
actually
gets
goes
into
down.
the back of Brower. Going to open up a little bit of a gap for Kellen, who's right behind his buddy and fellow San Diego native, Mike Strelo. I think it'll be Strelo's first main of the year if he can just hold on to this thing. Obviously, a little bit early for talking about that.
Tyson Fresquez leading this thing still. Like you said, he got a really good start, and it looks like his starts have actually been his downfall, because when he gets a good start, like he did last week, he can run up front, but it's just, if he gets a bad start, I don't know what it is, but he can't move through the pack like he used to be able to.
Oh, Santos in seconds down, and he's in the bales.
Zach DePuy is going to get around him, and he's just going to
He's just waiting,
there, yeah.
trying to not make an unsafe track reentry. Great heads-up racing by Santos. He's going to try to charge back through the pack into a transfer spot, but he gets into the bales and goes down.
So Alexis Leclerc is actually holding the last transfer spot now, and there is a little bit of a gap to Kyle Robb in 6th, and actually Kellen Brower gets passed by Alexis Leclerc.
Now Leclerc inside on Strelo, running it in deep.
Nothing
Got the
doing
line.
though.
Strelo jumping off the track a little bit, keeps it in, but he's cross-jumped Carl in.
Ooh, just barely getting through that rhythm without colliding with the Strelo.
Oh, Leclerc almost gets into the back, and he looks like he's trying to be patient, wait for a spot to make the pass. He'll probably try that inside line he's been using down here and see how it works out for him going down the
There
rhythm.
he goes. He charges into that inside line. That's a actually really cool line for Leclerc.
It's over the table. Let's see how it works out. He's going to end up right back on the back wheel of Strelo, so
He's-
dead even.
He's staying fairly clean. I like to see
He's got
this.
the inside. Strelo shuts the door
No,
on him again.
Leclerc's gonna blitz the end of that little section there.
Leclerc's probably going to play patient for a little while, but eventually
Ooh, he's
I would have to
getting
expect he's
close.
going to force the issue. At the same point, 2 laps to go, he's in a transfer spot.
And remember, Kellen Brower's just lurking back here now, but Kyle
Here comes
Robb.
Kyle Robb.
Yeah, so does Kellen just wait this battle out, or does he try to force something?
Oh, Dupuis comes back on the track. He was off track, so the second place rider is actually right in front of this group as well. Strelo holding tough in 3rd. Leclerc got to run down the inside of the whoops this time.
There it is. Looks like Leclerc not.
Oh, he
and
takes him
Strelo
down and puts himself in the
yeah.
bales.
So there
Did
we
that
go.
look intentional? Like, he
No, I
totally
don't-
went left.
I don't
Santos
know.
actually was off track coming into that turn. I mean, I wouldn't think he would intentionally go sideways on the whoops, but Strelo
Remember,
was holding him up.
Leclerc's
So
kryptonite is the whoops, so I don't know. But as I was talking about Kellen, does he wait or does he make a move? And it looked like
he's up
waiting
to 3rd
actually
now.
paid off for him. So he's got a little bit of a comfort zone right behind his teammate Zach DePuy.
The benefactor of that whole thing was Kyle Robb, who's now in a transfer spot, but Santos is also there, and we're on the last lap. They're about to heat up here as there's a freight train between Dupuis, Leclerc, Brower, and Robb. They're all in transfers, so they don't want to try to play it a little bit safe. It's tough when you're in a big group of guys. Robb actually gets a run on Brower.
Oh,
Got a
there's the
knife in
inside.
there.
Ooh, just you saw his
Kellen
front wheel
looks like
was
he's
starting
being
to slide there.
super patient right now, just trying to keep it upright.
Yeah,
But he's got to go because Santos is charging hard
I was
behind
actually talking to Kellen before the race, and he said he feels really, really good on the track, which is always good to hear. But he said it seems like every time he feels good on the track, he actually has his worst showings. So if he can just make it to the finish line here, he'll be in the main, and that's always a good thing.
him. Yeah, once you're in the main event, you can be just consistent. Santos is all over him now, though. And Santos is going to go down.
Santos just tried scrubbing super hard. Nothing doing, though. He's going to fall off the bike. So, Tyson Fresquez, very clean race out front, taking the victory here in semi number 2. Alexis Leclerc in second, Zach Dupuy third, Kyle Robb fourth, and Kellen Brower taking the last transfer spot through this semi.
A lot of hitters at LCQ.
So, Strelo, Santos, Mills, Wood, Stanley, T. Crane, Reed Young, Casey Olair, Brady Ginter, Dominic Solnick, Cody Penwell, all going to the LCQ. And remember, this is the second 450 semi, so we do have a full gate for the 450 LCQ now. And like Chris said, there's a bunch of heavy hitters going into that LCQ.
Yeah, we didn't talk about him too much later in that race, but Fresca has a great ride. I think he's been working on his starts. I was watching EMF earlier, actually. He got a good start in both the heat and the main there, and I think he got a good start in the main event last week.
Last
of RF,
week he
as
did.
well as this semi-hole shot. So if he gets his starts dialed in, he definitely can win these things.
Yeah,
He hasn't lost the speed.
No, there was
It
no
just
lack
seems like
of
he can't
speed
come
down
through the
his part.
pad like he used to, especially late in the race, man. He's so known for those last lap hot laps.
All right, nothing changing inside the top 5. So 18 riders have qualified for the both main events, actually. We got LCQs left to do. Just waiting on a restart here for the 250 LCQ. Look, I think we'll be getting a lineup here in just a second. Alexis Leclerc actually typing in chat, sorry, I don't control my bike when I'm in whoops. So that answers that.
And as the way he was being patient, I would have to believe that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Strelo's too happy about it, though. Either way.
And anytime you lose a transfer spot and whatnot, of course you're not going to be super excited.
But
But
especially,
Schiller's got to be refocused on that LCQ.
yeah, especially when you lose a transfer spot and it's not even your fault.
It was just interesting to me because it didn't look like he got a swap or anything. It looked like he just kind of drifted that direction once he was clear of him, which...
Alright, so we're just waiting on wheels to get everything sorted out for the LCQ, guys.
Four laps, 4 riders, and a whole lot of chaos is what we're about to watch, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
That start just not... Basically, we were talking about earlier this week, if you get to that first Supercross triple on 2 wheels on the first lap, you're probably going to be sitting pretty good for the whole race.
Yeah,
And
unless you
we've
have
seen so much
tragic
chaos in that
meltdown.
first rhythm, through the sand, through that whoop section. You can just survive till then. You'll have a shot at making this main event, it seems.
See, the thing with the first whoop section, though, is you're coming out of a sand section that you have to go fairly fast through in order to keep up with everybody. So a lot of these 450 guys, at least, they're hitting the whoops wide open second gear. Now, I know that may not seem like it's very fast, but a lot of guys opt to not go out of first gear in the whoop sections in this game. So these guys are going wide open second gear. They can get pretty fast going through the whoops. So, I mean, that's probably why this first whoop section has been so difficult for a lot of these guys. Because everybody wants to be fast on the track. So They're just trying to find ways on how to gain time. But yeah, like you said, if they get to the first triple, they should be all right.
These rhythms have to be pretty tough on a 250 as well. Not maybe as tough as the A1 ones, but they're still challenging. And you have to hit them right each time or you're going to lose some serious time.
Yeah, absolutely. On the 450, I mean, you at least have that option to be able to, you know, seat bounce over and huck over like a triple in or whatever. But no, these 250s, they don't have as much power, so if they mess something up in the rhythm, that entire rhythm is just completely wrecked for them. So I do give props to the 250 guys because they have to carry a lot of corner speed, especially on these newer tracks. Just because the jumps have to be big enough for the 450s, and then they have to obviously work on a 250 as well. So it is very challenging, to say the least. All right, here we go. We got the LCQ lineups now. And we should be getting a restart here as well. Tyson Fresca staying a little bit loose, riding around after the race.
Well, I think he still really just enjoys playing this game. He has to be as competitive as he is for as long as he is. He clearly enjoys it. So just cruising around, racing around, obviously still finding fun in that.
Yeah, that's always the thing now with this game. You still have to have fun with it. And I feel like a lot of people have kind of overlooked that part of the game. Everybody wants to be the best, so it is what it is. People may take this game a little too seriously. Some people may not take it serious enough, but at the end of the day, it's just a game, and we all try to have fun. Anyways, we are on the gate for this 250 LCQ. Jerry Robin, Liam Muhal, Zach Lerma, Anthony Jefferson, Zoe Cross, Jacob LaRoche, Blake Scheiman's in here, Spencer Turley, Gustavo Deniz is in here, Cameron Hill. We got a bunch of these guys in here. So the gate has dropped. Spencer Turley with the early lead. I believe he got the whole shot. And we got Jerry Robin in second, Liam Muhal in third, and Brian Wilson with your early last transfer spot. But actually, Fernando Andre to the inside, and oh, he's getting sketchy in the whoops. Oh, and there's a pileup in the corner after the whoops. This is going to be sketchy for the guys through the whoops, not knowing what to do. All right. Just going to let everything kind of sort itself out before I start getting too crazy here. Ooh, Hunter Deisher's in this. I forgot about that. He was in second early on in his heat. Ended up crashing outside of the transfer spots, so I'd feel really bad if he doesn't make the main event. Spencer Turley already has a decent lead, though. Liam Muhal sitting pretty in second. Zach Lerma third. Caleb Stillen with your last transfer spot now. Jerry Robin all over the track, actually. Jumps outside of the... I don't know what he's doing. Ooh, and then he gets jumped on by, I believe that was... I don't even know. Cameron Hill. Alright, so... Stillman still with the last transfer. Gustavo Deniz is not too far behind him, though. Hunter Deisher's there as well, so these guys may be halfway done with the race, but Hunter Deisher and Gustavo Deniz both still have a chance at the transfer spots. Jerry Robin already rage quit. He knows that his night is done. There's no way of him being able to at least get up into 4th, so he just rage quit. Zach Lerma overtakes 2nd from Liam Mulhall. Mulhall's getting really sketchy in this first rhythm section, though. He's going to go to the inside in the sand. Is he going to get the drive here? He is indeed, so he retakes 2nd from Lerma. I think Lerma kind of realized that and just backed off. He is in a transfer spot, so no need to push it. Oh, and Gustavo Diniz is actually in the last transfer spot now, so looks like Caleb Stillman with some issues. It looks like he's starting to panic now. All right, so Spencer Turley on to the last lap here. He has a big lead over Zach Lerma and Liam Mulhall. These guys have been battling all race long. Glad to see that they're still together, keeping it as clean as possible. Mulhall humping the bike down the start straight. Ooh, getting a little sideways, stepping onto that first tabletop. And actually, Gustavo Diniz is not too far behind these guys, and Gustavo's actually going to inherit 3rd from Liam Mulhall. Mulhall has a little bit of time, but he cannot crash again. Otherwise, either Stillman or Deisher are going to be there for the spot, along with Ryan Wilson. He's not too far behind these guys, so gonna keep an eye on Mulhall here as Turley takes the LCQ victory. Oh, and Mulhall goes down. He doesn't go down. He front flipped out of it and he bike humps because he knows he just lucked out. But Stillman is right there. You guys saw he went for the kill. And he actually goes over the bars in that jumping whoop section. Mulhall still humping the bike. Ooh, and he cased the triple. He's got to hope that he doesn't have cuts. All right, so Turley with the win, like I said. Lerma finishing 2nd. Gustavo Diniz is 3rd. And for the time being, Liam Mulhall with the last transfer spot, he lucked out in that rhythm section. He front flipped on top of the tabletop. So that was a very interesting series of events that just happened. Hunter Deisher for the time being is the first one out of the transfer spot. But like I said, we're going to wait for these cuts to come in. Cameron Hill, Ryan Wilson, Caleb Stillman, Stefan Guido, Brandon Hedge, Jacob LaRoche, Jeremy Patterson, David Wright, Riley Moran, Fernando Andre, Justin Karen, Finn Collins, all missing the main event here. I just want these cuts to come in, though. And a Wild Checkers has risen from the grave.
Looked like a close battle for that last transfer, huh?
Yeah, Mulhall actually front flipped in the rhythm section and landed it.
Attaboy.
It was very interesting to watch. I'm glad I got that on stream. Still waiting on a couple people to finish. There we go. So, all right. Spencer Turley gets 1st. Gustavo actually gets 2nd due to cuts. And then Zach Lerma 3rd. And Liam Mulhall with the luckiest 4th place that I have ever seen. And Hunter Deisher misses out on the main event tonight. Very unfortunate for him. Like I said, he was in like 2nd place in his heat race. And then just had a meltdown and he ended up having to go through the LCQ. Doesn't make it, so very unfortunate for him. But we do have 22 riders for the 250 main event now. We do have one more LCQ to go. It is the 450 LCQ, and there are a lot of fast guys in this LCQ.
Alright, actually you're going to be on your own for the first part of this LCQ. Rios wants me to review a demo from that race real quick, so
I got it. We'll be all good.
That, I guess.
All right, so 450 LCQ on the gate now. Andrew Wood, Brady Ginter, Casey Olaert, Tyler Schmidt, Tyler Crane, Mike Strelo, Jack Fowler, William St. Laurent, Craig Richards, Brock Hardy, Reed Young, Dominic Tiberino, Andre Santos, and a host of others. It looks like Dominic Tiberino with another good start here. He got a good start in the semi. And he's going to get jumped over by a couple people. Mike Strelo is one of them. Mike Strelo is going to be in the lead now. He had got the short end of the stick in his semi as he actually gets passed by James Armstrong. He got a very good run through that whoop section there. Scrubbing over the triple nice and clean. Strelo second, Mills is in third, and Brady Stanley holding down the last transfer spot in this 450 LCQ early on. Tyler Schmidt and Dominic Tiberino, teammates and friends in real life, sitting just outside. And it looks like Tyler Schmidt actually goes over the berm by himself. So unfortunate mistake by him. But now Tiberino is going to be the first in line, waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake. So clean so far for the transfer spots. Dominic Tiberino has a very aggressive Reed Young all over him, with Samuel Bergeron not too far behind, and Toby Stocks. So we got about 8 riders or so, all training up front. Mike Strelo overtaking the lead from James Armstrong. Let's see if Armstrong just rails the whoops again, and he actually jumps over the berm and front flips it. Doesn't fall off the bike, but he's going to lose a bunch of spots there. Like I said, there are about 8 riders training. So Strelo sitting in the lead now. Daniel Mills is in second. He's actually going to inherit the lead. He's going to jump to the inside and take the lead and then go off the track. He misses the berm or something, and now he's having some issues. So Mike Strelo has the lead once again. Brady Stanley sitting second. These two teammates, so you got to think that they're just going to ride clean with each other. Dominic Tiberino sitting third, and then looks like Toby Stocks just made a pass on Daniel Mills for the last transfer spot. But we still got a bunch of riders training here. James Armstrong is still in this pack. All right, I can actually catch my breath a little bit. There is too much going on. Looks like we've got 2 sets of 2 for the transfer right now. FamMX.com Race Tech riders in Mike Strelo and Brady Stanley in first and second, and then Dominic Tiberino and Toby Stocks is in fourth. But James Armstrong, you cannot count this kid out. He's very, very quick, as you guys saw in the whoop section. Even though he did not make the berm, that was impressive just to get through that entire whoop section like that. D Mills is also sitting out of a transfer spot. He was in one early on here. All right, as these guys approach the last lap, get the white flag, Mike Strelo is. As I said, his teammate is right behind him. And Brady Stanley does have a leg bubble to him, so Strelo's got to be aware of that at this point. Looks like Strelo's going to go to the inside along with Stanley.
User left your channel.
And Strelo going to cut to the inside. It looks like he's trying to protect that line, and it almost kind of messes Stanley up as Stanley almost gets hit head on from another rider in the other rhythm section here. And it looks like Armstrong actually regains the lead. And then Strelo takes it right back. There's so much action going on in this LCQ. Armstrong's going to jump through the whoops a little bit bigger than Strelo does. Oh, and Strelo's going to get... Oh, that has got to hurt Strelo. Alright, so James Armstrong, not sure what he was doing. He didn't need to make that pass, but he's going to take the LCQ victory there. Toby Stocks is going to get second. Daniel Mills is actually going to get third, so he's the beneficiary in that little debacle there. And then Brady Stanley with a fourth. But Strelo not too far behind him, and I know Stanley was off the track for a little bit. So let's see if Strelo gets it due to cuts. You got to feel for Strelo in that situation, though. He was pretty much leading this entire race, and Armstrong gets a little too aggressive. So just waiting for cuts to come in here to see if Strelo does indeed. No, and the top 4 does stay the same. So Strelo getting the short end of the stick there, not making the main event. Very, very tough to swallow there. Got a feel for him. Alright, so wonder if Strelo is going to be in chat at all. No, he is not in the chat. Alright, so the main event lineups have been posted. I believe we're going to get a lineup check for the main events. Yeah, I'd be salty too if that happened to me. That's borderline unacceptable racing there. I get that, you know, everybody wants to win, whatever, but when both of you are in transfer spots like that, it just doesn't make sense to push the issue like that. You're going to get a bad gate pick either way, so just a shitty situation for Strelo. Anyways, we do have the lineup check going for the 250 class. We got August Sanders, Liam Mulhall, Zach Lerma, Devin Ryan, Taylor Bell, Spencer Turley, Neil Wells, Thomas Wilcox, Riley Goodfellow, Gustavo Diniz, your points leader Jeremy Seabolt, defending champion Dade Honeywell, Connor Holiak, Brock Pappy. I believe I got everybody. Neil Wells is in here. Is that a wild? Yeah, that is a wild.
Yeah,
check.
I'm back. Sorry, I was reviewing a demo. There was just seeing if somebody needed a spot in the main, but nothing major.
Yeah, you missed a pretty crazy ending to that 450 LCQ.
Did Strelo and Brady get in? I heard you say that they were up there.
No, Strelo actually got the short end of the stick on the last lap, and he ended up finishing like 7/10 out of a transfer spot.
Bummer. That is a bummer. You know what's not a bummer? We have 15 laps of wild 250 action coming up.
Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Hopefully the track produces some really, really good racing for this main event. Racing in the heats weren't too bad, so I guess we'll see.
Oh, Bryce Whelan is disconnected at the moment. Hopefully he makes it back before the restart. I gotta stop the cocaine breaks. Yeah, I couldn't get cocaine up my nose right now if I wanted to. Oh, Whelan's back in there. He's reappeared. I guess he had just lagged out, I guess.
It looks like I did get a TeamSpeak message that I don't really want to check.
It's their messaging in global chat for some reason, probably to be annoying. So who were the 4 that got in out of the 450 LCQ?
It was James Armstrong, Daniel Mills, Brady was one of them, and I forget who the last one was. Brady was actually 4th, so I'm missing either 2nd or 3rd. I believe D-Mills got third, so... No, not Ripstream, guys. I was just tapped out of the game for a second, so...
Getting a early start momentarily. That'll be main event time.
Yeah, just the mains are left. We're just waiting for the restart for the 250 main event. This is the lineup check. I believe everybody should be good to go. We're just waiting on...
It's going to get wilder than a college spring break out here, ladies and gentlemen. If Sweet was here, he'd be taking his pants off right now.
Sweet just likes to take his pants off, though.
True that.
One thing that I haven't touched on yet,
I know one thing you haven't touched on, thankfully, because I don't swing that way.
So, this track seems really, really, really long for a Supercross track. But I feel like since it's such a fast track, that kind of like counteracts how long it actually is. What are your thoughts on that?
It's pretty similar to A1. It actually... the track map was really weird, the way that it was drawn scaling-wise compared to the normal ones. So we had to kind of work with the scale a little bit, which is something we normally don't want to do. You know, we want to just build straight from the dimensions on the map. But we had to make the stadium just a touch bigger for it to actually fit. Once it was scaled so that the jump distances were consistent with A1. But A1 was a longer track, and if you look at the track maps this year in general, it looks like they tried to put more track into the stadiums and use more of the floor space. So I think we'll be seeing this pattern kind of keep it up a little bit throughout the year, a little bit longer.
At least for football or baseball stadiums. I mean, once we get to the East Coast, it should cut down a little bit, at least I think.
Yeah, I mean, they always cram the football ones full anyway, so...
Yeah.
Oh boy, here
All right.
we go.
We have a 15-lap race. That means it is 250 West Coast main event time. Is Jeremy Siebel going to remain undefeated, or is someone like your defending champion, Dade Honeywell, going to come out swinging? I'm going to go with Siebel just because he's been on fire lately, but I'm actually going to go on board with Wilcox on the start. He's going to get a pretty decent start.
Looks like Holyak up the inside, maybe Chromie around the outside. Holyak's got it as he nails the quad. Chromie in a different rhythm, dodging him.
All right, so we got four guys right here for the lead right away.
Clement Lana and Thomas Wilcox, those top four kind of trying to break away. Brock Pearson runs in fifth right now.
Dade Honeywell with a decent start, not the best, but he's up here. And you got the points leader right behind him, Jeremy Siebel.
All right, this stage is set for a great main event right now. A lot of fast guys already up front early.
I would like to see Siebolt and Honeywell work their way up even further, and then have like a four-way battle with, or a five-way battle with Holyak, Chromie, Wilcox, Lana up there.
Honeywell looks like he's moving forward early. He's up into the sixth spot. He's reeling in Brock Pearson. Holyak leads lap number one as they come down to the rhythm section. Let's see what line he's using through here. He's going to go on and off and then quad. Triple it up at the end. Chromie running the same line down this section. Wilcox going for the 3-3-3, running in the third spot. Into the whoops goes Wilcox as he's trying to keep the leaders in sight. Clement Lana goes down in fourth.
He's actually going to tumble into the other section here, but not in any danger.
Honeywell making a run on Pearson, trying to get up into the fourth spot.
Checked up just a little bit. Pearson's actually going to jump off the track, so Honeywell's going to get around him along with Siebold. I really want to see these guys stick together all throughout this race because they are two of the fastest guys in the class. So,
yeah, your first, your red plate holder and your defending champ.
Can't get too much better than that.
And they got the EMF champ running up in second. Holyak's been a front runner, and Wilcox was a title favorite as well. We got some heavy hitters at the front of this thing. I'm stoked to see how this thing works out.
Wilcox with that really unorthodox line there. Oh, and he actually tries jumping to the sand and falls off the bike as he lands. So he's going to get passed by Honeywell, Seabolt, Brock Pearson, and Spencer Turley.
A little early in the race to be taking those risks because you lose so many positions. You know, it's not just the track time, but the positions, and then you got to try to work around guys and hope they don't crash in front of you and all that crappy stuff. Honeywell's getting that triple quad through the jumping loops, which just saves you a lot of time. We'll see what the lap times are as they come around. Holyak with a 102, a 101.8 for Chromie. Honeywell 102 flat, and Seabolt a 102.6. So pretty comparative.
Seabolt absolutely destroyed that inside line after the finish line, so he definitely gained some time.
Holyak almost over the bars. He's off the track. Chromie is all over him.
And he's keeping it wide open, though. I got back to him just in time to see that.
I think he was panic revving.
Whatever works. When in doubt, pen it out, man.
He's definitely using every inch of the track. He's a moving target for Chromie as he sits in second. He's actually stretched that lead back out a little bit.
Honeywell seems to be closing in. Like you said last lap, he's getting that triple quad in the whoops, so...
Really clean, too. It doesn't look like he's really having to work for it.
Yeah, he's looking really fluid on this track right now. And we're only 4 laps through this main event, so he's definitely going to be there for the win if he keeps riding like this.
Holyak clips down the rhythm that time, a little bit cleaner, but... Oh, and he's down.
And Chromie's
got a lapper right there, but he's able to keep it together.
The lapper got on the brakes hard to let Chromie go.
Oh, Honeywell's down in the rhythm.
Yep, he definitely is. He's going to get going again. Spencer Turley's going to be right behind him, along with Thomas Wilcox. So as I was saying how fluid Honeywell looked, he does make a mistake.
Thanks, Dade, making us look stupid.
Matt Chromie, your new leader here, with Seabolt not too far behind him. Like I said, he is my pick to win.
Yeah, he really went out on a limb with that one. He's won the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. He's looked unstoppable the past 2 weeks, so I had to pick him tonight.
The surprise so far would be Brock Pearson, I think, running up in 3rd. And just as I say that, he goes down, takes Holyak with him, and allows Honeywell to drop up into a podium spot.
Still a lot of time, though, for Honeywell to gain some time on Seabolt and Chromie, although that is going to be a tall task, being Matt Chromie and Jeremy Seabolt, 2 of the fastest guys on the track, week in and week out. So Honeywell may need some luck on his side tonight.
Chromie getting right up by the bales and both sides of the track down that rhythm. Going Seabolt a little sketchy in the whoop, saves it.
I feel like a lot of these guys are just trying to scrub everything.
Oh! Unsafe re-entry there, almost takes Seabolt down. You guys are into lappers early in this thing. I guess we're already almost halfway. It's not early. Been so much action, the laps are just flying by. Chromie ran his fastest lap of the race last time around, a 101.8. A 101.9 was Seabolt's fastest, and a 101.5 was Honeywell's fastest. So these guys are all reeling off their hot laps. The lead's 3.4 seconds right now for Matt Chromie.
All right. I'm going to go through a top 10 rundown before I don't have time to anymore. So we got Matt Chromie leading this thing. We're about halfway through. Jeremy Seabolt, your points leader, not too far behind him in 2nd. You got your defending champion, Dade Honeywell, in 3rd. Connor Holyak in 4th. Brock Pearson is at 5th. Spencer Turley is 6th. August Sanders 7th. Devin Ryan 8th. We got a bit of a battle here. Bryce Wheelan 9th. Oh, and Thomas Wilcox landed on him. He was in 10th. Looks like Alfred might gain a couple spots. No, Whelan actually stays in 9th. And Wilcox is in 10th for the time being. He's off track. He jumps back on, no problem. But Alfred's right there. And Alfred makes quick
continuing
work
to
of
lead.
Wilcox.
His lead's shrinking slightly, and he's making a few little mistakes, but he's able to manage them to not make them big mistakes thus far. But he's got a couple lappers right in front of him entering the corner. Gets through safely. Now Seabolt gonna have to deal with the same lapped riders.
Looks like he's just gonna nope, he's gonna hit the berm there. I saw Honeywell was actually cutting to the inside. Let's see if he does it this lap. No, he sticks on the berm as well.
Still trying to find his way. I think that's Lerman. He's getting around there. Seabolt makes his way around him.
So that
He
actually
does
may have
put a
helped
dent in the lead.
Chromie's cause there with
Maybe a
Seabolt.
little bit, but that lead's shrinking. Seabolt's definitely picking it up, and Honeywell dropped his lap to a 101 flat last time around. So he's the fastest guy on the track right now. Ooh, Seabolt, a mistake in the sand.
Alright, as much as I want to go back in the pack and find battles, I cannot stray away from this, what could be a major battle between three of the fastest guys in the game, at least on the 250s.
And Chromie's trying to just keep consistent fast laps going, but the lappers are there. He's trying to keep it going, puts a decent lap, and actually stretched his lead out quite a bit with a couple mistakes from Seabolt. And let's see, Honeywell comes around with a 102. He lost a little bit of time off of his fastest lap that time too. Kind of mistakes from all three of your top guys right now, that lap around.
Now let's not forget about Holiak. He's sticking pretty close as he gets together with a lapper. That's just unfortunate for him.
And Spencer Turley's running in 5th right now. For all the Spencer Turley fans out there, hey y'all, he's running up in the number 5 spot. Hey y'all, Spencer Turley checking in the top 5. Honeywell, or Chromie, makes a mistake down the rhythm, not able to do the big line. He's going to lose quite a bit of time as Seabolt nailed that rhythm. Trying to reel it back in a little bit. Seabolt might be on a little bit of a heater here.
Looks like Seabolt tried to triple quad in the whoops, but Honeywell's the only one that's been doing it on the 250, at least out of the guys who are up front right now.
Seabolt ran a 101.1 that time around, so definitely a fast lap.
And what did Honeywell run?
102 flat.
All right.
So Seabolt was the fastest of this group that time around, and the gap's back down to 4 seconds.
We do have
We're
5
into the
laps
long
to
run.
go.
There's another freight train of lappers coming. There's one cruising on the inside here. That's August Sanders being a good lapper, getting out of the way, but they have about 4 guys right in front of him in that next straightaway coming up soon. And the lead gap is shrinking again, which tells me that Seabolt's on another good lap. He's going to try to work his way around the 51 of Donovan, and he does so. And our leader's down.
So
We have a
Seabolt
new leader.
gonna inherit the lead here, but Chromie's got a really nice drive through this whoop section. As I
Oh.
say that, he gets squirrely, not going to be able to.
And look, here comes
And
Dade.
there's Dade. So we're going to have a 3-way battle for first. 2 split fire guys in a Launch Designs Honda. This is about to get really, really good here. If none of these guys go down, this could go down to the finish line.
Definitely 3 of the fastest guys on 250s in the game, and they're all, you can throw a blanket over them right now into this long rhythm. They're all electing to use that same exact line right now.
Chromie scrubbing out of that rhythm section on that triple there.
Honeywell's got a good run down the whoops, going to make up a little time on Chromie.
All
People
right.
just trying to ride clean out front.
So with Chromie and Honeywell being teammates, do you think Honeywell is going to run it in on him and try to get around him as quickly as possible, or is he going to play it safe and stay cool, calm, and collected with his teammate?
I think he goes for it. I don't think he has time to wait around. We're getting down to the end of this thing, and if he wants to go after Siebold, he can't afford to wait. These guys are pushing it right now. 101s across the board for the top 3 last time around. Does that answer your question if they're all pushing it? But when they're pushing it like this, well, it's real easy to make a mistake, that's for sure. You're going to see what happens. I got another group of lappers just ahead as well.
I'm actually going to go on board with Dane Honeywell through this battle here. He's sitting in 3rd gear in the whoop section. The 250s are a smaller bike, but that's still very impressive.
Oh, Siebold off into the bales just a little bit. He's going to lose about a half a second. It's under a second now to Chromie, and Honeywell's pretty much showing him a wheel everywhere he can.
Oh, Honeywell is all over the back of
If he
Chromie.
nails this quad, he's going to have a run on him.
He does case it just a little bit, but is he going to go to the inside? No.
Oh, Honeywell, a little mistake in the berm, a little slip up. Nice recovery. And again, 101s for both 2nd and 3rd, a 102.2 for Siebold.
Oh, and Chromie slides out there, so Honeywell's going to get 2nd here. Now the charge
2
is
laps
on
to
here.
go.
The charge is definitely on for Honeywell. He knows time's running out, and he knows that he's a very, very fast on this track, so...
Honeywell lost some time. He had to go inside in the sand to get around the lapper. He's 2.5 seconds, a little under that, away from Siebold. As Siebold hits the triple, there's 3 riders down in the corner. Siebold's going to go around him. Is Honeywell going to get there? No, they're both going to get in front of him and not be able to triple. Honeywell's trying to get triple, and again, another lapper quadding around the outside of him.
Oh,
What an idiot!
Honeywell.
That's the 377. Let's make a fool out of him for being a fucking moron. That's Riley Goodfellow. Great job, dude.
That was shaping up to be a very, very good last lap as well. That's very unfortunate. So Siebold sitting pretty in the lead with that red plate as he approaches half a lap to go. He's going to manage his way around Rush Chapman, I believe that is. Just kind of...
That's a shame. We were seeing such a great battle, and then a stupid lapper for about 15th place decides to launch himself into a pack of guys, including your leaders. And now Honeywell's up in a berm, and you lose some more time.
Siebold is just managing his way through the rest of this track, and he actually gets the quad in the whoop section on the last lap. See how dirty he throws it over the triple. Nope, nice little soak up there. Nothing really doing. As Siebold remains undefeated, he's 3 for 3. 75 points out of a 75-point total. So he's looking pretty much unstoppable. Dade Honeywell with a 2nd. If he hadn't got caught up with that lapper, maybe he would have been able to make a run at Siebold. Who knows? We're not going to be able to...
not to take anything away from Siebold. He rode a fantastic race.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's just a shame we don't get to see a good race, as Bolyak's going to come across in 4th, and it looks like we might have a little bit of a battle for 5th still. Clay Alfrey trying to reel in, or shall I say lasso. Hey, y'all, Spencer Turley checking in the top 5. And Rush Chapman is also right there. So we got 3 guys going for the top 5, coming in a couple corners to go.
And
looks like Turley going to get across the finish line. Alfrey, and Chapman actually slides out, and he's the last guy on the lead lap.
Like he finishes
7th place.
Will Cox with an 8th place finish. Bryce Whelan with 9th, and Chase Donovan rounding out your top 10. Brock Pearson, August Sanders, Zach Lerma, Devin Ryan, Gustavo Diniz, Brock Pappy, Zach Ginter, Riley Goodfellow finishes 18th. So, and then we got Neil Wells in 19th, Taylor Bell 20th, Liam Mulhall rage quit in 21st, Clement Lana rage quit 22nd. all those guys scoring points. But that's going to do it for the 250 class tonight. But we're going to have the 450 guys lining up. It doesn't look like they're getting a warm-up lap, though. It's set for 20 laps. But we got Matt Burkeen, Byron Down, and Brandon Berg, Ben McLeod, Dennis Fjellberg, Ryan Mahan, Luke Heberlein, Chase Blakely, Jack Haley, James Armstrong, Alexis Leclerc, Jeremy Smith, Jeremy Shipley, Brady Stanley, Daniel Mills, Kyle Robb, Zach Dupuis, Hunter Root, Race Carlin, Tyson Fresquez, Toby Stocks, and Kellen Brower on the line for this 450 main event. Looks like, oh, we're getting a restart. That's what it looks like.
All right, now we're set to one lap. So now we're actually going to get a warm-up lap. All right, who do you got?
Who do I got? If Tyson gets a good start, I'm going with him. If he doesn't get a good start, I'm going with Byron Downen. Who are you going with?
I could go with the obvious pick of Hunter Root, and I don't think that would be a bad decision. But I'm not going to, because I like to live life on the edge a little bit. So much so that I'm going to pick another heavy hitter, Jeremy Smith, maybe? Maybe some Matt Burkeen. I'm debating between those two. I think we haven't seen the best of Jeremy Smith yet this year. It'd be pretty cool to see him get a win.
Yeah, absolutely.
He had a good heat race with him and Burkeen. I think I'm going to go with Jeremy Smith. I'll
right.
give him my nod, and we'll see what he can pull off. Down and practicing his front flips on the warm-up lap, and looks like him and Burkeen going to try to nail some flippers.
As we're getting a restart for the main event here, I'm actually going to look on board with the one and only Tyson Fresquez. Like I said, if he gets a good start, he's my pick to win. I know that's cheating, but my other pick to win, Byron Downen's starting right next to him. So
Burkeen and Root on opposite sides of the box. Burkeen gets a good jump out of the gate, but then misses the shift. Looks like Tyson's got this.
Yeah, he's got a great start. He's going to get the whole shot here. Ryan Mahan right behind him, though.
And I purposely didn't pick Mahan because I've been picking him to do well this whole series, and it's been crappy for him. So hopefully me not picking him will allow him to do it.
Jeremy Smith is in third right now, so
Jack Haley in fourth.
D-Mills.
How the hell is D-Mills in the main? He must have got in out of that LCQ, huh?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
and
did.
Root's up in sixth, so we're set for a great race right now. And looks like... Oh, I thought I saw a mistake up there, but no. Mahan continues to lead this thing. Fresquez, Smith, and Haley right there. Top four kind of breaking away a little bit, but Hunter Root's made his way into fifth. Stanley sixth. D-Mills drops all the way to seventh. And then runs in hard on Stanley.
Yeah, Mills taking the spot from Stanley.
Better keep your eyes on the front, because it looks like Tyson's already flat tracking his way, just peeking for an opening around that start straight.
And the way he can soak up his speed so well in a rhythm section is just unreal.
Yeah, I was just watching that step on, and there he almost triples over that sand roller.
Like you said earlier on tonight, no lack of speed from Fresquez. It's just the starts have been getting to him. But he got a great start tonight, so let's see how this shapes up.
Root's working on Jack Haley right now for fourth. I'm down to rhythm and into the jumping hoops.
Your pick, Jeremy Smith, two-time 250 West Coast champion, sitting third. So we've got a lot of championships up here.
And then Jack Haley just thrown in the mix.
Has Ryan? Oh, Ryan Mahan was the Monster Cup.
He won the Monster Cup, won all three main events, won a lot of races during the FAMMX race, and he misses the quad out. Here comes Fresquez.
Fresquez checking up just a little bit, playing it smart. There is quite a few laps left to go, so
We've lost Hunter Root. He's dropped to 7th. The General, Race Carlin's raced his way up into 5th, and Toby Stocks was 6th, goes down.
Hunter Root gonna gain a spot just as he lost it.
Haley's losing touch a little bit with these top.
Leclerc and D-Mills are battling back here. We got Kyle
The race for the
Robb.
lead's tightening up. You might want to tune
All
back
right,
in.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back up front here.
Fresca's is all over Mahan. Coming around 1 minute. 101s for all your top 3 guys.
So just as the 250 class was, we got 3 guys up here. This is great racing. I love to see this kind of racing. All these guys getting the quad out very clean. Actually, Jeremy Smith lands in the tough blocks. Doesn't lose a whole lot of time.
More speed than I've seen anyone carry over that on-off, and it actually threw him into the face wrong. Fresca's being patient right now, or maybe they're just literally hot lapping right now, so he doesn't have a spot to even look for an opening.
Yeah, I think these guys are just hot lapping right now, just kind of training. Maybe
Mahan
waiting.
actually earlier in the week, I saw him in the jumping loops. He was jumping 4 in and jumping all the way out.
Yeah.
And he got the 4 in that lap, but he didn't get all the way out. But
yeah, I heard that there's some guys that were doing a 4-5 in that whoop section, so.
guys all tiptoeing through that mogul section after the finish. They look like ballet dancers up in there. Man, these guys are all separated by less than a second and just training around the track.
And what's incredible is I mean, not to take anything away from Jack Haley, but they're pretty much just leaving him in the dust now.
Yeah, and he's pulling on Hunter Root right now. Root actually ran a 1 minute point 7 last time around though, so he's got some speed. Root actually going triple single before the first Supercross triple. Not sure if that's faster or as fast, but trying to make it work. Either this is a really good lap for Mahan or a little mistake from Tyson. It's a 1 minute flat for Mahan and a 1 minute point 5 for Tyson and a 1 minute point 7 for Smith. So they are separating a little bit at the front of the pack. Not much though. Looking at the track map, they have about 2 straightaways before they're going to be in the
and
lappers,
Tyson goes down into the sand section. Sorry to cut you off, but he was just started tumbling on my screen as I was watching Smith.
Oh, Haley's down as well.
So
Tyson's going to get back up in 3rd, but Root's going to get around Haley and be close to Tyson now. And Race Carlin's going to move around Haley as well. Haley gets back going in 6th. Kyle Robb's sitting in 7th. Luke Heberlein, the Gravedigger, in 8th. Fieldberg 9th. Armstrong rounds out your top 10 right now with Ben McLeod right behind him. Man, stretching the lead with that crash helped him out. And coming around another 1 minute, this time a 0.9. Let's see what Smith logs, a 1:01.0. Man, Mahan's got to be feeling a little bit of pressure pushing this pace that he's pushing.
And we're not even halfway done with this race. We're only on lap 7, so.
A little bit longer lap time and so much speed in the 450 class, what I was saying. They weren't going to be getting into lappers for a bit, but when they do, there's just a pack of them. These guys have separated themselves at the back of the pack a little bit, but not far in front. There's just a group. Team split fire. Ryan Mahan continues to lead this thing. Look at that quad in, 5 out, and then 4 afterwards. This could be a heater for Mahan right now.
He is definitely feeling it now.
And a 1:01.1, actually not his fastest lap. A 1 minute point 5 though. Jeremy Smith does put his fastest lap down. Fresquez drops his fastest lap down after getting up from that crash, so he's in the pennant time, trying to catch back up to these top 2 guys. And Root right there as well.
Ooh, Smith actually slides out in the sand, so Tyson's going to gain some time on him. And that's actually going to benefit Ryan Mahan as well, stretching that lead out just a little bit more.
Be interesting to see if it really benefits him having a little more gap, or if it allows him maybe to slow up a little bit and cause problems, later in this race.
Yeah, maybe he's used to running this pace by now, but maybe since he does have a little bit of a gap, maybe he's going to start making mistakes because he doesn't have to push the pace anymore.
1 minute, 0.8 that time around, and Smith has got Tyson right there. I'm curious to see what Tyson's lap's going to look like. 101, and Root logs another 1 minute, 0.8. That's the same as he had last time around. He's consistently running those 1 minute flat lap times. Mahan's dealing with some lappers. Got checkup going into the sand. That's the 45 of D Mills he's trying to work around.
And the
He was up in
39
the
of
top
Shipley
5.
he just got around. So Shipley obviously having a not so good race this week.
Mahan's off the track and try to find a way back on. He hasn't found a way back on. There's lappers everywhere.
All right, there we go. He's back on, but he definitely lost some time, and he's just
Losing
struggling
more.
now.
That's going to throw him out of his rhythm, and that brings Smith and Fresquez really close. We're 3 seconds of gap now.
And Mahan is in lappers now, as you said, so
1 minute, 0.4, Smith's fastest lap. 59.6 for Tyson Fresquez as he comes around. And another 1 minute, this time 0.7 for Hunter Root.
So Tyson Fresquez, the fastest guy on the track. Let's go on board with him for a couple laps and kind of see how he's maneuvering around this track. He does have some lappers. Chase Blakely, that is, in front of him. He's going to go to the inside of him and make a quick work. He's going to get around another lapper in the whoops. Throwing it dirty for the fans over the triple. That's an awesome shot right there. Oh, and
Then the crowd goes
down in the rhythm section. He couldn't get his front end lifted up enough, and his front tire clipped the triple landing. Very unfortunate for Tyson. He does lose a spot to his teammate Hunter Root.
Mahan bounced back with a clean lap that time around. Get back in the flow of things. Jeremy Smith made a small mistake towards the end of it. We'll do a quick rundown while these guys are separated a little bit. Ryan Mahan leads the way for Team Splitfire. Jeremy Smith runs in second. Hunter Root in third. Tyson Fresquez sits fourth currently. Jack Haley solid in fifth. Race the General Carlin runs in sixth. Bjeldberg shows his face up in seventh. Ben McLeod in eighth. Kyle Robb in ninth. And James Armstrong rounding out your top 10. Byron Downen runs in 11th currently. Wait a minute, Mahan's down.
Yeah,
Jeremy
Mahan
Smith
was
is
down.
taking the lead.
So Smith leads his first lap of the race. I wonder where Mahan went down. It doesn't really matter now because he's in second, so he's got some time to make up.
We're only on lap 12. It's a long lap time, so long race.
So I believe the top 5 or so have all crashed at least once tonight.
Keep an eye on third place Hunter Root as he is all over Mahan at this point. If I had $1 for every time someone said cocaine in the chat tonight, I'd be rich. Mahan's jumping that 4 and then singling into the turn after the jumping whoops, but I honestly don't feel like it's faster. I think he's losing time doing it.
Yeah, maybe he
Tyson,
is.
he just put in a 1 minute .8, but he had put in another 59 last time around before that. So he's the only guy that's dipped into the 59 so far in this main event. He's done it twice.
He's fast. There is no doubt about that.
For all the SYS TV fans out there, Kellen Brower is currently laying in the sand, taking a nap in 17th place. Not the main event that the 83 of Kellen was looking for. Maybe someone needs to share some of that cocaine with him. He's napping. Oh, there's a herd of lappers behind Jeremy Smith right now. Now
Oh, and
Mahan's
Smith
try to
actually
go
goes
through him.
down. So Mahan's going to regain the lead.
Root's going to go by as well.
Root's going to be in second. Smith is going to remount in third. And that's going to put Tyson Fresquez right behind Smith. And I believe Tyson's on a heater. Let's see what he ran this time around. A 1 minute .7.
Well, this thing's tightening up a little bit.
It's stretched out. And now it's tightened back up. Doesn't get better than this.
It's like a miracle drug happened. Lots of MILFs out there looking for that same one. Did you see Root just get that triple in the sand into the whoops? He went over that last roller. You get such a clean run into the whoops by doing that. And then Root going 3-1.
So Mahan's got to be feeling the pressure from the defending champion and current points leader.
Fresquez and Smith are dicing for third and fourth at the moment.
So Smith lost another spot to Tyson. Must have made a little mistake somewhere, maybe in the sand, but who knows? This is tightening up really, really quick.
1 minute .2 for Tyson was the fastest lap of that group.
Hunter to the inside,
Mahan and
no.
Root side by side.
Hunter just showed him a
Oh,
wheel,
Root
that's
cases, but he stays on, loses some time not being able to triple out. Gambling by jumping into that sand. I think it didn't pay off for him. I think he actually lost time by trying that.
all. All right, Tyson coming up on Brady Stanley. Lapper.
Oh, Brady goes
Tyson's
down.
gonna
Tyson
get
almost
caught
gets
up
away.
Got caught up with that.
Where did Jeremy Smith go? Did I lose him?
No, he
Oh,
just
there he
passed
is.
Tyson. Where did
Jack
Hunter
Haley's up to
Root
fourth.
go?
Oh, Root's lagging out. Root's after the whoops. Lagged out.
Jeremy Smith just went down after that whoop section. What is going on here? So for
Waiting for Root to reappear.
So for the time being, Ryan Mahan's leading this thing with... There we go. Hunter Root's in second now. Not too far behind. And then you got Tyson Fresquez in third.
Did anything else crazy happen during this amazing battle that we've had? The Smiths dropped to fifth. Jack Haley just chugging along. Maybe start calling him the frickin' locomotive. He's up into fourth right now. He's got Smith all over him, but the little engine that could during this
Haley gets a little out of
race.
shape, and he saves it somehow. But
Bar to
Smith,
bar over the triple.
oh, Dooley's over the triple. Smith is going to give him the spot for the time being. That's actually a smart move because Haley ran it in pretty deep there.
Let's get the inside here.
No,
Haley launches all the way up the berm. We're on lap 17, so 3 to go. Can Mahan withstand the pressure? The Flying Ohioan. Trying to get her done. Kind of watch this racing unfold here.
Tyson is still not out of it. Ryan's going over the finish line now, and Tyson's in the last corner now, so... But there is a red number 1 in between Tyson and Mahan, so can't forget about Hunter Root here. Hunter actually not able to quad out of that rhythm section. Tyson was able to, so he's going to gain a little bit of time there. As you can see in that shot, Tyson's not too far behind him. Hunter actually gets squirrely in the whoops and actually ends up in the bales in the corner, so Tyson's going to regain second from his teammate, Hunter Root. Ryan Mahan a little ways away, but anything can happen, as we've seen already in this race. And Mahan actually quads in the whoops.
I feel bad I asked Mahan how to say his name. I think he said it's Mahan. And I've been calling him Mahan all night.
It's Mahan. I always say Mahan, though, so I'm trying to correct myself. Tyson works
Either way, I'll never get it right now. Root actually made another mistake. He ran on 113 last time around, and Jeremy Smith is going to be close to capitalizing on that.
As you can barely see Tyson in that shot as I'm on Ryan Mahan here. One more to... Oh, it looks like Mahan's getting a little bit of a leg spike. He started slow-mowing.
It's actually, I think, the server. It's my offset's down, and I saw Tyson also got it.
Okay,
back to normal now, but something like that is not what you want when you're leading the race, riding on the edge, about to take the white flag when he comes around. Coming up to lap his teammate, I think that's McLeod. And 101.2. Tyson another 59 over the finish.
Right, so
the last lap's
lap
out.
Here. There is a lapper. Lapper's going to get out of Tyson's way here. All right, so Mahan going through the first rhythm section.
Tyson's speed's not going to be able to win this for him. He needs a mistake from Mahan to get him up to his back wheel. But Tyson's laying it on the line right now. He just pinned it on those whoops.
He is absolutely on rails right now. Let's go on board with Tyson. He is 1.7 seconds off of the lead right now. He's just scrubbing everything he possibly can. He sees Ryan Mahan in his sights. Gonna dip to the inside. Not gonna be enough. Almost hits the bales. So Ryan Mahan's gonna take the victory here at Anaheim 2. Tyson Frescas with a little bit of a mistake in the last corner.
With that mistake, you ran a 1 minute .5. Can you imagine how fast that lap would have been without two small mistakes that he made in those last two straightaways?
For the time being,
Hunter Root for
Tyson
third.
second, Hunter Root third. Like you said, Jeremy Smith is gonna cross the line in fourth. Jack Haley with a top 5. Race Carlin coming around. Looks like he's gonna get 6th no matter what.
Great performance from Carlin, but it's 6th. It's just the racing out front was insane. Dennis Fieldberg coming 7th. Looks like he'll be able to bring that home. Gets nasty over the triple like he always does.
Wow, I actually just saw Byron down in quad 5, quad single in that jumping whoop section.
Downing going to come across in 8th. The last rider on the lead lap is going to be Ben McLeod coming around 9th place. And 10th goes to James Armstrong. And it was Burkeen, Robb, Shipley, Stanley, Leclerc all the way back in 15th. The Gravedigger 16th. Brower 17th. Dupuis 18th. Blakely, Toby Stocks, and then Daniel Mills and Brandon Berg decided to call it a night early.
Alright, so it looks like the top guys are all the same here. Yep, cuts don't affect any position on the track.
Well, that made for an exciting night of racing for sure.
Very exciting night. That is for sure. I just tabbed out, guys. The stream did not go ripperoni. Alright. Actually, it might go ripperoni now, because I believe that there was a restart. My computer does not like when I'm tabbed out.
Yes, there was. There was a restart.
All
so
right, just kidding. Oh, I'm actually on the gate.
you and about every other person
Yeah,
in the
I'm only
server, it
P30,
appears.
so... All right,
If the game didn't
so...
crash before, it will now.
Well, that's going to do it for racing here at Anaheim 2. I don't think we could have asked for two better main events tonight. I know there were some issues in the 250 class, but that 450 class was very, very, very impressive. The racing was just unbelievable. What are your thoughts on tonight's racing, Chris?
Man, it was incredible. It was everything you could ask for from, a fan's point of view. The fast guys getting off to great starts, a handful of them, and just dicing it out. Unfortunately, the 250 battle ended about a lap earlier than we wished it would have. But I mean, shoot, it was still a great race. And Diebold continuing his dominance, and then we'll see if Mahan can build off this win.
Oh yeah, that's
I hope so.
That's a good point. We do have a first-time winner here in the 450 class. Hunter Root was undefeated coming into this race, so Ryan Mahan, your second winner of 2015 or 2016,
Definitely.
excuse me.
Definitely curious to see if he can build off that, get some momentum going. And it wasn't an easy win. I mean, he had all the fast guys right there, and he had to run to try to get it. Fell back into the pack a little bit, killing it. So it should be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Checkers will be salty about that 250 main for about another week. At least till the banhammer comes down. I'm guessing that'll get protested. Yeah, I don't like it when people ruin a good race. It's dumb. They put a lot of time in during the week to put themselves in that position, and then to have a lapper ruin it, yeah, it definitely upsets me. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for the pro side of things here at round number 3 of the 2016 MotoOption Supercross Series, presented by Racetech Suspension. But remember, we do have amateur night Sunday night, beginning at, I believe, same start time. I believe it's 9 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific time. You guys can go to Race Factory Gaming.
Make sure.
Sign up there. I believe sign up's open just as racing ends tonight, if not a little bit later than that. But be sure to maybe tune into the stream. Motoagogo has been streaming amateur night. That's twitch.tv/Motoagogo. He streams the FAMMX and Supercross series presented by Tiger. Any last words, Chris?
Yeah, just a huge congratulations to Ryan Mahan making his first win of the season. And also be sure to log on and support our sponsors of RaceFactoryGaming.com, the guys at FAMMX, the guys at Tiger Designs, MotoOption, Racetech, Ride365.com. Log on and support the guys that are supporting us so that we can put up awesome prizes for you guys, put awesome racing together, and make it all possible. And tune in again Sunday night to Motoagogo stream, and then back here next Thursday night from Oakland on SYS.
Absolutely. See you guys next week. Hopefully you tune in.